Okay, today's video we're going to be talking about how to make a breakfast burrito, and there's a particular recipe that I like to use. It works very well. I buy meat in bulk and I freeze it, so I can literally make these almost every day. I use good ingredients inside of it, which makes the calories, carbs, everything else pretty low inside here, so let's take a look at it. Alright, the first thing we do is we're going to start off with the meat. For this, I use a top round, or you could use a bottom round, honestly. You could use flank steak. It's whatever steak you like to use in there, but I use a top round. I'm going to be using about 4.5 pounds of it. 3 packages of burrito seasoning from Lori's. It's good stuff. I can't really find it anywhere except for one store, so you might have to order it. And salt and pepper to taste, of course. That's a key one, to taste. First thing I do is I mince all the meat up, get it nice little tiny like dime-sized pieces. Then what I'm going to do is 1 tablespoon of pepper, and I'm using fine ground pepper for this. I put that in there. And then I'm also going to use 1 tablespoon of salt. I like stuff salty, just a heads up. I'll actually use 1.5 myself, but for this I'll say 1 tablespoon. Then I'm going to pour in all 3 packets of burrito seasoning in there. And what I didn't show is I also used about 5 tablespoons of olive oil, just a regular olive oil, just to kind of help keep the ingredients on the meat and keep it wet. Then I mix it up by hand. Really helps to use 2 hands to do this. Spend a long time until everything is evenly coated and it looks very consistent. It should look about like this when you're done. At that point, you're ready to start bagging up meat and getting it ready to freeze. So I brought the scale out, and for my particular burritos, what I do is I cook them 2 at a time, and I use about 5 ounces-ish of meat. So like when I pre-package all these bags for 5 ounces of meat, that literally makes me 2 breakfast burritos. I can have 1 per day, so this one thing right here of meat that I just pre-weighed out, that will make 2 breakfast burritos, and you have to split it in the pan, which is something I'm used to doing. So about 5 ounces is what I use. That keeps the calories right where I want it. Next, we're going to go ahead and add this to the bags. I got about 15 out of this. I smash them flat, get all the air out as much as I can anyway, stack them up, and then go ahead and put them in the freezer. So I have 2 burritos in each bag. So 15 bags, that's 30 burritos, so I could eat 30 burritos straight if I wanted to. These are the tortillas I use, carb balance whole wheat. They're good. 2 at a time. Again, use about 1/4 cup of cheese on each one. It's finely shredded Mexican cheese. Throw the meat in the pan. And then what I do is I typically overcook it. I get it black actually on one side, or charred. I throw in a total of 5 AA large eggs inside the pan, and then once they've cooked for a little bit and the whites have cooked on the bottom, that's when I start stirring the ingredients together. Get it cooked all the way through to where it's not runny anymore. And then what I do here is I learned this from a Chinese food place I love going. Basically, you want to make sure all your meat is evenly distributed. So actually mix it up and make sure the pan looks even, like there's an even mixture of egg to meat everywhere. Because once it's even, then what you do is you separate it down the center, wherever you're going to hold it, and you separate it down the center, and then there is your 2 burritos worth of stuff. So you see, if you do this wrong, you'll get too much meat or too much egg on one side. So mix it up evenly, and then go ahead and put it onto the burrito. And this is a nice little demonstration. I poured it right on there, and then I basically make a rectangle. Fold the sides over, hold the sides, and then this does take some practice. See, some rolls out there, but basically you fold the top over and then roll it underneath a little bit, and then you continue to roll the burrito forward, bring it back to that corner edge, go at a 45-degree angle all the way forward. Wrap up both of them and then put them in the refrigerator. The next day I'm going to wrap this one up too. The next day, to reheat these, I put them in the microwave for about 1 minute and 10 seconds, 1 minute 20 seconds. If you go too long, you will dry out that tortilla and it becomes really tough. And then I like to have these with my homemade salsa too. This is the next morning. There it is, refrigerated. Just microwave it for 1.5 minutes or 1 minute 10 seconds, somewhere right around there, and you are good to go. Enjoy.